Hello folks, this is Jay with this episode of Jay's Tip of the Day. Today I found myself in uncharted waters. I had no students. So I took this opportunity to train and I reloaded 300 rounds of 40 caliber bullets, grabbed my handgun and drove down to the outdoor range here, which is local in Lakeland, Florida. And the range name is Rock, which is actually run by the state. And I was looking forward to putting rounds down range. Now, when I went in there to pay my $10 fee to use the range, I was shocked and excited when the young lady behind the counter told me that their long range was open, and that's the side of the range where you can shoot, I believe, 100 yards and even further. And this is where these local folks here bring their rifles to practice their marksmanship at very long distances. Now, I've been wanting to shoot paper at 100 yards with my handgun, so I had a big smile on my face and paid my $10 and walked my way down to the rifle range. Unfortunately, when I got set up, the safety range officer noticed I did not have a rifle and saw me with a handgun and quickly told me that I could not shoot on the rifle range. Now, I didn't get into an argument with this fellow, just really didn't make any sense, so I took the high road and packed my stuff up and then went to the other side of the range where the pistol range is, but they do have a section on the pistol range that shoots up to, you can shoot up to 50 yards. This episode is actually about the basic fundamentals of marksmanship. And there's 3 rules and basic fundamentals when you're trying to hit a target, and that is trigger control, sight picture, and sight alignment. Now, most of you folks who are watching this video already know what sight picture and sight alignment is. And here's a photo of what that is. Now, trigger control, that's very important when you're trying to shoot a target at very long distances. Now, I've never had or owned a rifle, and I do understand that trigger control is very important. I was in the military, I served in the Army and also the Navy. Most of my shooting in the military was in the Army because my job in the Navy didn't deal with firearms, it dealt with bombs and missiles. That's a whole other story. But in the Army, trigger control is very important when you're trying to hit something at 250 meters or further with an M16. With that said, when you're shooting a target that's 25 yards or even up to 50 yards with a handgun, you have to be careful with the trigger control, because the slightest jerk or anticipation of recoil, you'll find yourself completely missing the target. All right, guys, there's nobody on the rifle range. I'm gonna try to shoot at 50 yards. I set up my camera. I'm gonna be taking some pictures, and I'll post it to this video to show you that if you practice sight picture, sight alignment, and proper trigger control, you can hit any target up to 50 yards and even further. All right, there it is, 50 yards, Glock 35 40 caliber ammunition. The 3 basic fundamentals of marksmanship: trigger control, sight picture, and sight alignment. Just remember, if you practice these as many times as you can when you're on the firing line, you will be able to build the building blocks of success when it comes to marksmanship. Remember, folks, train, train, and train. And I always like to close my videos with Jay's motto. And what is that, folks? Prepare the battlefield for success. Thank you for watching.